If you've watched the previous video on Choku Tsuke, please try exercise 1. If not, go back and watch. Call this the 100. Make sure you perform 100 Choku Tsukes, or if you can, 100 per day. You can do this in any stance, but half of those need to be in Shizentai or natural stance. And please keep a log so you're not cheating. For those that lack motivation, why not join along with me? It's 10 punches, keep the knees soft and the hips relaxed. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ki, ju. If you're tired of natural stances, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ki, ju. Providing you've done the 100 drill, it's time to move on, adding a downward block to the Choku Tsuke. Start from a stationary position, draw the elbow high, down and punch. For the advanced blocker, lift the arm higher than it would naturally go so it has a natural fall. This will stop you using a 1-2 method and it is a continuous block. Watch out for cats. If you need to, add extra runway by pulling the hip back further than it allows, and over time refine this process. From the side, hip is pulled back further than usual, and driving forwards off the back leg. Add variation by going 45 degrees, but be mindful of the legs collapsing. Try and push backwards, but once you're in a stance, remember the downward block should be about 2 fists away from the knee. This is fine, this is too high. The back arm, make sure your hips aren't square, so it's comfortable on the hip without the elbow sticking out. Life in the back leg without the front leg collapsing. Don't lock out the back leg when blocking, and don't have a lazy back foot. Try driving back 45 degrees. And the next stage is to drive forwards, adding the Choku Tsuke, which now becomes a Gyakuzuki. The hips are really important in this. When punching, you should be driving the knot of the belt forwards. When blocking, the knot of the belt is pulled back, life in the back leg. Then you can drive forwards with a strong Gyakuzuki, which is now replacing the Choku Tsuke. From the other side, this drill becomes the building block of our first kata, but also our intermediate katas. So later we'll be moving on to Teki Shodan. Here is our downward block, which becomes downward block to the side, which instead of punching, we'll add the Kagezuki. Now moving on to Heian Shodan. A full drive to the right hand side. From here, the Choku Tsuke becomes a lunge punch. Weight shifting to block on the other side, drawing the hand up, over the head and down. A similar position to Chinte later, and then lunging forwards.